All right, let's talk about this. Gomer, sit down. You were on the ice when this all happened. When he was doing.
Yeah.
What were you? So you were.
So it's not even that. I mean, first round we go against the Devils. Out of all the teams, got to go there anyway. So, and this is the thing I think where Aves, and I'll say this, where people have the misconception of Aves because we all know him as a human being and now as an actor, but he was a fucking hell of a hockey player, and that used to bug me because I used to every day have a psychiatry session with Aves why he's pissed about this and that. I'm like, you could help us so much. Like you could, you're the kind of guy, and Aves would of course be like, yeah, you're right. And then, someone would say something, you look at a fan different, and he was back to Aves. So that just never.
That was.
But
not much of a sponge.
So we're on the power play. It's a 5-on-3. Big game. I think it was game 2, right?
Yeah, game 2 or 3.
So game 2 at the Garden, and we get a 5-on-3. And people are like shocked that Sean Avery's in the diamond on the 5-on-3, but we know it, man. It's this guy, he's a good hockey player. Like and I'll never forget. The puck comes in the corner. I'm grabbing it, and I turn around. You start hearing fans do something. I go back to the point. I turn around, looking at Marty, and he's waving and it's like, and we all, people have no clue what's going on. If this is even legal. Now think of the guys on the ice. Like, we all grew up playing hockey. We're all like, this is playoffs, and it's literally like, what the fuck is it like? Like, so the puck comes back, and for anything, it's kind of working. But if you watch the video, you kind of see me and Chris Drew.
Yeah, they didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Like, it's basically like, hey, Aves, I don't know if you can do that. Like, chill out. Like, turn around. Like, and then the best part is that people don't watch the video longer. Aves puts one right in.
Gomer made a sick pass from behind the net.
I'm sorry to interrupt. You weren't breaking any rules then.
I wasn't breaking any. I was not breaking any rules. I was on the ice with. I was on
because it worked.
Were you thinking it up before the shift, or it just happened?
No, me and Brodeur had been going at it all season long, and every time I went to the front of the net, he's a fucking wily vet. He'd tap me in the back of the legs, and I'd fall into him, and I'd get a penalty. So you're on the power play with Gomez, Yager, Drury, Shanahan, okay? I'm doing everything in my power not to fucking take a penalty because I want those cookies. I'm staying on the ice for this power play. So I'm fucking 5-on-3, and I'm so nervous before I remember skating on the ice. I'm like, you dumb motherfucker, do not take a penalty. I'm telling myself in the
and then look what he does.
Don't take a fucking penalty.
He creates a rule.
Yeah.
So I turned. I was like, fucking Sean, don't take a penalty. Turn around. I turned around. And it just hit me. And I put my fucking hands up, and I could hear Gomer on one side of me and Drew on the other, like, he's going to give you a penalty.
Well, the ref,
Koharski started yelling
The ref
at me.
didn't know. It was one of those things. It was like he didn't know what to do. And what's that movie?
Semi-pro.
Semi-pro. Like
the alley-oop.
The ref was really like, Aves,
travel. No, that wasn't a travel.
Remember that? The
I
ref
can
was
remember
like,
him yelling.
Aves, don't do that. And of course, Aves has got to be like, what am I doing? There's nothing wrong with this. And then he's kind of like,
yeah,
it was literally like, it literally was. And the only thing I was pissed about, not pissed with Aves, but like, hey, puck's on my stick. I still need another guy. Where he's fucking, he's in the prime spot, and I'm like, put your stick on the ice, Aves. I can't.
Yeah. Well, he did.
Made it up. He put it right in. It was.
He just buried it, and that MSG.
And the NHL was like, new rules starting tomorrow. I can't. You can't blindfold the goalie anymore.
The next day is the worst part. Is I got to drive with Aves. We're going to Jersey, and he's like, and he's got this stupid laugh. Like every hockey player's got their own laugh, and Aves is like, you see that? They made a rule. And then so I'm like, shut up. Like, and then the next day, Aves has got T-shirts selling outside the Garden. The Avery rule, and I was just like, Jesus fucking Aves.
That's such a biz move.
Yeah, like, and when it was when we were driving, he's like, but you see that? And I'm like, fuck Aves, we need.
I had my own merch store before Barstool had merch. We were selling it up front.
I got to ask Gomer, does it upset you that, one guy you get along with and another guy you get along with and Marty Brodeur don't get along? Do you want to bridge that gap?
It's literally, it doesn't like, and Aves answered, honestly, it's like, there's certain, we've all had it. I might love a coach, take a bullet for a coach, this and that, and one of my best friends would piss on his fucking grave if he could. It's just, it is what it is.
Chemistry.
It's a business, this and that.
It working?
It's later on in life. The whole point is later on in life, we all get together. If you're still that prick,
laugh about it.
If you're still that prick that's sour about something that happened 20 years ago, or you're still, your life is not, I don't mean to step on it, but your life hasn't probably been good because this was a fraternity. It was something special. And like I said earlier with the Devils, that's why with Aves, people, it was the first question you got. How is this guy? You never judge what you did off the ice.
Yeah, I mean,
it's on the ice, what you did.
We'll never, like, me and Gomer played in MSG, Madison Square Garden, before they did the renovation. We had some fucking great games in that building. That's a memory you're going to have for the rest of your life. That's the most famous arena in the history of arenas ever on the face of the planet.
Coliseum in Rome?
Yeah, it could be. I mean,
I think the redo's pretty
but
sick
it's also
too,
it's not the
it's
same.
not the same.
It's
But they
also
did
with
a good
Aves
job of
too.
what they had.
Is we're all taught as hockey players since we're don't say anything. These guys are always right. So maybe I got a problem with that later on because well, if you're gonna tell me to do something, if you tell me we win the Stanley Cup, I got to go through that window. Well, I expect you to tell me how to go through the window. You know, and that's a voodoo question. Like, just do it. Well, how am I doing it? Where like guys like Aves and certain guys, they were ahead of the game about. This is a business. You're your own CEO.
Business.
We're done. I mean, we're talking about East Coast League. Guys play this for love, but they can talk. Everyone can talk about how passionate it is. But how many guys we played with? They sign. Their families go get a nice house. Blah blah blah. You're gonna be here.
Gone.
You're gone, and it's just okay. But we're not supposed to give our opinion. Where Aves, some of the antics like the T-shirt thing. It was like, what the fuck you doing, dude? It's money in your pocket.
Yeah,
that's this, and it was smart. So there was a lot of things I think people, because I was from the old school. I'm more of this. How'd you get along with Sean Avery? I'm like, I just cared about what Aves did on the ice.